So there's a fashion trend out right now, and it's one of my favourite trends. It's a colour that seems to be in a lot at the moment. I'll give you a clue. I'm really obsessed with it. Can you guess what it is? Just before we get into it, if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button down below. If you hit bell and you hit all notifications, then you will be alerted every time I post a new video. Yes, the colour is mustard. Mustard is literally one of my favourite colours. And we're seeing it a lot at the moment. Now, I wanted to do this video on a combination of clothing and bags, but what I realised was that it was actually going to get too long, and I wanted to sort of source more clothing, so I think I might potentially do a second video on mustard clothing, but this video is going to be about mustard bags. Now, I've chosen 3 brands. They're all designer, but they do vary in price range. At the top end, we've got Fendi, and then we have Mulberry, which is also a super brand, at least I would see them that way. And then I'm going to talk about Senrève. Okay, let's go. Have you seen my mustard earrings, by the way? See, I'm totally matching. Now, Fendi have a lot more than this in mustard that I can show you, but I'm going to start with this one. This is the Baguette Bag, and this is a really well-known bag by Fendi. They come in loads of different colours, but this has to be my favourite. The price of this one is higher than a lot of the bags that I look at, so the price, I believe, is £2,350. But they also have this one. Now, this is the mini Baguette Bag. And this one is £1,590. The one thing you want to be careful with is you want to check it for width, depending on the size of your phone, so I would just check the dimensions there. But you know what, honestly, I actually really prefer the shape of this. There's something about the shape of it, it looks a lot more compact. Now, the colour of these bags are both classed as orange. So remember that if you're actually looking for a mustard bag, on most websites they don't actually have a colour section for mustard, so it's probably going to be in either, literally, it could be anywhere, not anywhere, it's probably going to be in one of 3 places. It's either going to be in the yellow, it's either going to be in the orange, or thirdly, it could be in the gold. So just remember to not just tick yellow if you're looking for mustard bags. So third bag, this is the, by the way, medium bag, and it's £1,450. Now, if you're thinking of investing in a designer bag, I think you get quite a bit for your money with this in comparison to what you might get with some other bags because the size is quite decent. It's not huge, but you could fit quite a lot in it. By the way, remember that I'm going to put all of the links in the description below, so if you want to get a better idea, like a perspective on how big this bag actually is, then you can check out the link in the description below. I kept forgetting what I was trying to say, so that sentence came out very staccato there. Now, I have found something that I think might be new. I don't know whether they did these before, but if they did, I hadn't seen them. And that is, actually, before I tell you what it is, I want to say this. For anyone who's really into the baguette style, but you think that that's maybe a lot to pay for a very small bag, then this might be interesting. This is the Baguette Charm Bag. So it's basically a charm. Now, it's very small. I think, don't quote me, it's pretty small. Now, again, the links are in the description so you can get a better look on their size. Pretty sure you can't get a smartphone in this, but because it's a charm, you can actually clip it onto another bag. So if you have another bag that you really love, you could get this and you could clip it on. And these particular charm bags that I'm showing you here are £550. So if you wanted something that was designer, but you didn't really want to go all the way out, paying like £1,500, £2,000 plus, this might be an option. Now this one is orange. Wait till I show you the next one. This one is yellow. So the colours look very similar. I think I probably want to go in and see them in the shop to be sure which shade I actually wanted because they are so close. So next designer, Mulberry. I really like Mulberry because they look really practical and I would definitely see them as a super brand, but their bags are often a lot less than the sort of prices of a lot of the other super brands. You also get a lot of size for what you pay. Now, I don't know whether you're into big bags, small bags. I know a lot of people like sort of little bags that are quite cute, but for me, I sort of want to be able to put everything, including the kitchen sink, in my bag. Or at least I want to have the option. My bags tend to be somewhat of a bottomless pit. But it's nice to know if you're going out that whatever it is that you do, like let's say you get lunch, you want to put something in your bag, you get a bottle of water, it's nice to know that you can fit everything in. That's not possible with every bag, but if you can do it, it is nice. So Mulberry have a lot of mustard bags. I'm only going to show you 2 here because otherwise I think it's going to be too much. This is the small Millie tote. Now again, this is one of the things I really like about Mulberry. I like this because it's practical. They've called it a tote. I suppose it is a tote. I'm not sure I would call it a tote. I would call it a bucket bag. But I suppose it's also a tote. This is £895, and if you're looking at investing in a designer bag, and a lot of the Mulberry bags are like this, I do feel like you get a lot more. You get a lot more in size, you get a lot more of actual bag for the amount that you pay. Another thing I really like about this bag is, if you look at the Millie tote, so not the small Millie tote, but the Millie tote, it's, I suppose it's bigger, but from what I can tell, I think it just has a shoulder strap. So that's why I would actually choose to go for this one, which is the small Millie tote, because this actually has a crossbody strap. So again, practicality, really easy to carry around, and it's really not that small. I mean, some designer bags are like really small. And that's one of the reasons I really like Mulberry. Like, they've actually thought about, like, what we might need a bag for, and the sort of things we might need to put into it. The second bag I'm going to show you by Mulberry is the oversized Alexa. Now, I actually only discovered this yesterday, and I'm really excited about this bag. The reason I hadn't seen it is because I look at a lot of bags on Farfetch, and a lot of the Mulberry bags that I've seen have been on Farfetch, and they do have a lot of mustard bags on there. But then yesterday, when I was doing research for this video, I went onto the Mulberry website, and that's when I found the oversized Alexa. One of the things I love about this bag is it's like a satchel, and I've always been really into satchels. This is £1,295, but again, for the size that you get, in comparison to a lot of the other brands I've seen in terms of designer bags, I think it's pretty decent. And it's practical, but it's really nice. The last brand I have for you is Senrève. Now, in terms of price, Senrève is usually a lot lower. I also think that they have the practicality element in common with Mulberry. Because again, a lot of their bags are decent size, but they also do quite a few backpacks as well. So they've actually created bags, as far as I know, that have, they sort of have a strap, and the strap can be used, so you can use it as, I think you can use it as a backpack, but I think you can also pull the strap through, and I think you can also use them as a crossbody. And if you are going to get a designer bag, I think it's really great if you can get something that's super versatile. Because it just means that it's as useful as possible and that you can wear it as much as humanly possible. So let's start with the mini alunna. This is the mini alunna. It's £505. So again, you can see the price difference already, like between, like, let's say the super brands and something like Senrève. The shape is really interesting. Like, it's really crisp. And then you've got the alunna as opposed to the mini alunna. So this is the alunna, and it's £565. I think if you particularly want something that's a bit bigger, I think it could make sense to go for the full-on alunna, because you're not paying that much extra in comparison for the extra bag that you're getting. But again, it depends what you're looking for, because you might want a small bag. And the third bag I've chosen is the mini Maestra. I really like the shape of this. I think it's really beautiful. Again, it kind of reminds me of the oversized Alexa in terms of the fact that it looks, I know it's very, very different, but in terms of the fact that it looks like a satchel. So obviously I chose this because satchels. The big reason I chose these three in particular on Senrève is because these were the ones that I could actually find in this colour in mustard. Now on Senrève, this colour is called turmeric. I swear these brands make up these colours like just to confuse me, so they can't just call it mustard so that I can key in mustard bag and then it will come up with all the mustard bags. So remember, again, if you're looking for mustard bags, it may not actually be called mustard. It might be called mustard, or it might be yellow, or orange, or tangerine orange, or turmeric. So if you are looking for a mustard bag, just bear that in mind. I hope you found this fun in some way. Like I said, you know, I created this because I'm really obsessed with mustard. So I really had to do this video. Let me know your thoughts, tell me what you think of the trend, tell me what you think of the colour. And if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button down below, and I'm also going to leave my Instagram handle down there as well. Thank you so much for watching, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I will be back very soon with my next video.